Today I'm going to show you my simple DIY off-grid EV charging setup. Let's get into it. So this video is about showing you how I've been charging my 2024 Kia EV9 6-row seater SUV and how it's performed. Now the brains of the system here is this Jackery Explorer 5000 portable solar charging station, completely powered by solar only. I have no grid connection where I'm at over here. Now the Jackery Explorer 5000 is capable of putting out 7,200 watts continuously at 240 volts. It also has a 50 amp output on the side that is perfect for like an EV charger like this one that has that 50 amp plug. You can plug right into the side of it. Now there are a couple other power stations that can do 240 volts from one setup like this, but they cost a considerable amount more than this one here. Now here is a QR code that'll take you directly to the Jackery Explorer 5000 if you want to purchase it. Plus in the description of this video, I'll also have a link to it with a discount code that'll save you about $100 off it as well. Now I'll also have in the description of this video links to all of the equipment I used, including the solar panels I used and the EV charger as well. Now before I go over how many miles of charge I can put on my vehicle per day and how much it costs, let's get into how this thing actually works. So this is the setup that I use. I've got a total of 7 residential panels and then 2 of the 500 watt foldable panels from Jackery, all connected to the Jackery Explorer 5000 Plus. So this is the unit that powers everything here. So as you can see right now, so we're at 33% state of charge on the battery right now. Solar panels are bringing in about 1,692 watts. This battery is at 39%. So they're both gonna top off and balance off later today, but I am gonna go ahead and start charging it right now. So we'll be pulling a little bit from the battery. So how does it work? So this unit can power 7,200 watts continuously. It has 5 kilowatt hours of storage, of battery storage in it, and this is an expansion battery you can plug into it, and it also has an additional 5,000 watt hours or 5 kilowatt hours. So total between these two units we have 10 kilowatt hours of storage right here. Now you don't need this battery in order to run this system. All you need is this really, and you can just run it off the solar panels. You just got to make sure you don't drain the battery really quick by trying to charge your car faster than the solar panels are bringing in power. So this is the EV charger right here that I have. It's just the cheap one. And I'll have links to all of this stuff in the description of the video where you can get all of this, including the structure, the waterproof structure I use, since this Jackery unit is not waterproof and I have this outside in the middle of nowhere. As you can see, there's nothing around me. There's no power. So I also have a little fan plugged into it to help with keeping this structure cool because it is 98 degrees today, or gonna be. But I drilled these 2 little 4-inch PVC pipes. So I used a 4-inch PVC pipe with a coupling, just cut the hole just big enough for the pipe to fit through, and then put a coupling on, and then siliconed it so water can't get inside. And on the other side, you can see I've got a little 45-degree elbow here that just makes sure if it rains, water doesn't come back up into here. And this is my EGO, my mower charger. I've got a riding lawn mower that's electric, so I can plug it in over here as well. So the EV charger plugs right in on the side, right here. And this is a 50 amp plug, but again, this unit only runs 7,200 watts total. It doesn't give you the full 50 amps, but it is that size plug. Again, this is the EGO mower charger. So the car charger plugs in right there, and then the cable goes around, down, up, and through this port here, and comes out down here, and I just tuck it in so it stays dry if it does rain. Let's plug it into my car, and all you gotta do is turn the AC button on now, and that will fire up the charger, and you'll hear the car say charging started. Let's turn the AC button on. You'll see the charger light up.
Charging started.
All right, charging started. So we are charging. We're at 78% on the battery in this car right now. And as you can see, we're charging at 2.8 kilowatts. And we have a range right now on the top right there of 311 miles and total of 404 miles there if we do once we do get to 100% state of charge on the battery. Now this is a Kia EV9, which is an SUV, very affordable electric, the best thing I could find for my family. And EPA is rated for 304 miles, but because I drive it so efficiently using the one pedal braking, it says I get 404 miles roughly for 100% charge. So very good mileage. So just to give you an idea what's happening here on this unit, we've got obviously the EV charger plugged in right there to that 240 volt outlet, because this unit does do 240 volts. That's why I can use a level 2 charger on it. This is the EGO mower, plugs into a standard 120 volt outlet. And this is the actual fan up here that's just helping to pull air from that pipe through here to keep the unit cool in these hot summers that we have here in Texas. So the solar panels, I just have them laid on blocks, and then a 4x4, I just have them laid on the ground. I don't have them strapped down to anything. I'm in a low wind zone, so it really doesn't matter here. I did ground it with a number 6 THHN wire, as you can see there. They're all grounded panel to panel, and I'll have links in the description to what I use to ground these. Now I use number 6 stranded wire. Stranded means there's a bunch of strands. Now if you're doing this for a permitted install, you're going to want to use actually solid copper, bare copper for that. Inspectors like to see that, but I just use what I had on hand because I don't need inspections out here in the middle of nowhere, especially on ground mount. And then the rest of them are wire, also grounded together all the way across each panel. And then I just drove in a ground rod right here, since the Jackery unit does not have a grounding port. So I just put them in the ground, so just to be safe. Now they'll run without a ground wire, but then again, if a wire gets frayed and touches the side of the solar panel, you could energize these panels, and then you become the ground and you get shocked. And this is high voltage solar panels here. So these 7 panels here are right around 50 volts each. So 50 times 7, that's 350 volts. Now the max amount of volts the Jackery can handle is 450. So we are quite a ways below the max. And then these are a little under 10 amps total. Now you may have noticed I do have a little smaller panel here connected, and they're connected in series. So a lot of people say you can't do that. Actually, you can. But this panel is 320 watts. The rest of them are 340 watts. So what happens is, since this is 320 and it's in series, it's going to bring all these panels down to only 320 watts instead of the 340. So I'm dropping literally 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 watts I'm dropping. But this is 320 watts that I'm adding. So netting, if I net that out, I'm actually positive a couple hundred watts by adding this panel. So again, I just use what I had on hand. And they're all wired. That black cable right here is the negative. It goes negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive, all the way across until there's one positive wire, red wire right here coming out. That goes all the way back to the Jackery unit. And there's one negative wire right here that goes to the Jackery unit, and they plug right in to the port back here. It's very easy to wire. I'm sorry, this is the negative right here, and this is the positive that you just saw from those high voltage solar panels. And these two little small ones, black ones, are the low voltage Jackery units, solar panels. So that's one cable comes from this one and one cable comes from that one. And that's it. So I have a total of a little over 3,000 total watts right here. The max that Jackery says you can get if you get the right size solar panels and your high voltage is about 4,000 watts. And obviously our cars can charge a lot faster than that. So we can use the EV charger here to lower the rate. So I can go all the way down to like, I think 8 amps on this. I've got it charging at 12 amps right now. And what does 12 amps equal? Well, let's look at 12 amps equals 2,874 watts. And as you can see, I'm bringing in 1,773. So I'm actually pulling a little bit from the battery right now. So I'll probably go ahead and lower this down to 8 amps for now. And then later on in the day, I can go ahead and boost that up. Maybe around like 1 p.m. I could boost it up back to the 2,800, 2,900 watts and let it run the rest of the day on that. And we'll go over the numbers of how much I can get, how many miles I can get on my car each day from this system. So you guys can have a pretty good idea of that. So that in a nutshell is how this system works. So I drive a 2024 Kia EV9 6-seater SUV. It has a 100 kilowatt hour battery. Now the way I drive it, I get about 3 miles per kilowatt hour of charge on it. Now on a sunny day from this solar array that I have connected to this Jackery system, I can get about 20 kilowatt hours per day on a sunny day. Now, but I'm not quite putting that much into my car because there is about a 15% loss of energy from coming from the solar panels into the Jackery unit. So coming from DC power, then being converted to AC power back to my car, you do lose a little bit of efficiency there. So realistically, I'm adding about 17 kilowatt hours into my car's battery bank, which on my car comes out to 17% of charge I can put on it. So if you take that 17 kilowatt hours that I'm getting into my car, multiply that by the 3 miles per kilowatt hour my car actually gets the way I drive it, and that comes out to about 51 miles per day I can add to my vehicle from this system. Now, if you drive a Tesla Model Y, you get about 4 miles per kilowatt hour. So you'd add about 68 miles per day to your car. So what does this system cost? If you get everything that I have here, except for the expansion battery, which is an additional 5 kilowatt hours, so minus that, it costs about $5,000. Now also keep in mind that if the power went out at your house, you could roll this unit right next to your electrical panel, install a transfer switch, and be able to power your whole house, all of those circuits, including maybe 1 or 2 of your 240 volt appliances within reason. So my electric rate that I pay my electric company is about 15 cents per kilowatt hour. So I pay a pretty low rate when it comes for the average for the US. Now, if you're in California, New York, Connecticut, you're gonna be paying closer to 30 cents, maybe even 40 cents per kilowatt hour. But just using my 15 cents per kilowatt hour, if I generate around 17 kilowatt hours per day on average, I'm gonna save about $60 a month on my electric bill. So if you take this $5,000 that the system costs, divide that by $60, it comes out to a little less than a 7-year payback period. So is that financially worth it? I mean, I would say if I was just doing it for charging my EV, the answer would be no. But because I can use this as a whole home backup for my house, I definitely think it's worth it. There are a lot of people who buy standalone generators for $10,000, $15,000 and just sit them there on their property and almost never use them at all. There's never a financial break even for those. For this, you're at least getting that dual purpose of being able to charge your EV and use it during blackouts. So let me know in the comments if you think this system is worth it. And again, here's the QR code if you want to see what the pricing is on this Jackery system right now. I'll also have links in the description of the video to all the equipment I used for this setup, including the solar panels and the EV charger as well. And I will have that $100 discount code to get $100 off the Jackery system as well. Well, that's it for now, everyone. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you find content like this interesting. We'll see you in the next video.